In today's video, we're going to be playing Minecraft, but with a monitor from the 1980s. You know what's better than modern LCD flat panel monitors? Old CRTs. I'm going to be trying this with a couple of classic cathode ray tube monitors. This first one is a Commodore 1702. This is a color monitor. This was a fairly high-end and expensive monitor back in the day. This was the monitor to have with your Commodore 64. It's almost like it was designed for it, because it was. And the other insanely old monitor I'm going to be trying today is this Jutan Monochrome monitor. It's actually a rebadged Gold Star for the Canadian market, and this is a 12-inch green monochrome monitor. These were a fair bit cheaper than the color monitors, especially like the 1702s, and they're also easier on the eyes. But the trade-off is that everything is green. Many computers from the 1980s could actually display color, but a lot of people did use green screen monochrome monitors because they were cheaper, and easier to read too. Something interesting about Gold Star, the company that actually manufactured this monitor, is they would later go on to become LG, and they're the ones who made the monitor that I use with my daily driver modern computer, as well as my fridge. And right now I'm showing these monitors connected to a computer with 64 kilobytes of RAM, a MOS Technology 6510 8-bit CPU, clocked at 1.2 megahertz, and a max resolution of 320 by 200. You know, the kind of computers that these monitors were meant to be used with. But something I've always wanted to do is connect them up to something a bit more modern and just see what it's like. Through the magic of this little converter box, we'll be able to do that. Okay, so here we go. The first monitor I have here is the Commodore 1702, and this is the color monitor. And first thing I noticed is there's quite a bit of overscan, as in like a lot of the bottom of the picture, as well as the top and sides, is all cut off. And it's very hard to read anything. Like, I cannot read any of the text on these icons here, but I can still very much make out what most of them are. Let's just try doing something simple here. And I do have this other monitor hooked up here. Yeah, and often stuff will open up on that monitor instead, but bring it over here. Let's just go to YouTube. Here's my channel. I cannot read my subscriber count or my handle here. When I set it to full screen, watching YouTube videos isn't actually too bad on here. But if I try to read any of this text in the description or any of the comments down here, I just can't read it. It's just too fine. This monitor is just not meant for that high of a resolution. Okay, so now of course let's try to play some Minecraft on here. And there we go. That does not look super great. I have the resolution turned down quite a bit to 640 by 480. Let's go into single player and let's load up. This is my like long-term survival world. And yeah, here we are. The colors are quite saturated. Like in this area, it's all very, very green. So yeah, very saturated. You can definitely see with like the health points there. But yeah, this is not too great. Although it is playable like this, I'd have to say. Like, it's playable, but not ideal. Really the biggest thing is that the bottom part of my hotbar is cut off because of the overscan on this tube, so you can't really see like how much durability my tools have, or you know how many of a certain item I have in my hotbar. I open my inventory, I've got the crafting recipes, but since the resolution is so low, it sort of squishes it in and it covers up my inventory, so I have to go over to a higher resolution monitor, or take it out at full screen, turn off the recipe book, and now I should be able to see my inventory. Now I can see my inventory and all my durability and stuff. I still got my Christmas skin on. But anyway, that's Minecraft on this monitor. Not super great. So let's move on to the monochrome monitor. Okay, so I got the 12-inch monochrome monitor all hooked up here. And let's turn this very satisfying power knob There we go. There's actually not as much overscan on this tube, so the bottom and sides are not really cut off. It's actually a bit of like unused area around the picture, which is actually a good thing. So let's head over to YouTube again. I can actually see 971 subscribers at VTM86. I can sort of read this description here. Let's watch the video about this monitor that I made the other day on this monitor, which is kind of cool. And yeah, this actually looks really good. I can mostly read this description, and I can actually read these comments too. Go on something like Twitter here, and yeah, it's actually pretty perfectly usable. Let's make a tweet. There we go. I am tweeting this from an old Monochrome monitor. Yay! And yeah, it's all perfectly readable. Quite nice. A game that I've been playing a fair bit recently has been City Skylines. I bought it over Christmas. And let's try playing it on here. Yeah, here's City Skylines on a Monochrome monitor. I just figured I'd try this for the fun of it. And well, I can like see my roads and buildings and stuff pretty well. A lot of this stuff down here I can't really read. I guess I can distinguish the symbols, but I can't really like read what they say. But yeah, I have no other reason to try this other than I sort of felt like it. And of course, let's try Minecraft. And there we go. So again, 640 by 480, all the same settings for the 1702. And yeah, let's go back into my long-term survival world here. Everything is a little on the dark side. Turn up the brightness. The brightness is actually almost maxed on this too. Everything's kind of dark, but overall it's pretty playable. It's a lot sharper than the other monitor, which is one of the advantages to monochrome monitors over older color monitors. As the monochrome monitors tend to be a lot sharper, which this one is. Got a nice sunset coming up here. I love Minecraft sunsets. Anyway, this is actually pretty playable. I can actually see my hotbar and stuff here. And yeah. All this, I can see all the numbers and all the different block textures and whatnot. So yeah, pretty nice, pretty playable, and I wasn't really quite sure what to expect, really. You know, and this actually was quite a bit better than I expected. Let's create a new world here. Okay, so that final thing I want to do is to try to beat the final boss of Minecraft, that being the Ender Dragon, using this monitor. So, wish me luck. What I've done is I've basically just cheated my way to the end here. I didn't really want to sit and beat the entire game with this monitor, so I just cheated my way to the end portal and gave myself a bunch of armor and stuff. So yeah, wish me luck. Okay, that's a crappy end spawn. Whilst me from yesterday defeats the Ender Dragon, me from the next day, when I'm editing this video, is just gonna talk about what the overall experience is like playing Minecraft on a 12-inch monochrome CRT that is older than I am. It was actually pretty good and pretty playable. Something that did add a bit of extra challenge is I didn't have as much of like a peripheral vision, and my field of view was a bit less because of the aspect ratio. Most modern monitors are 16 by 9, but this monitor is 4 by 3, so I just can't really see stuff like in the corner of my eye on the screen, so stuff can sneak up on me a bit easier. And during the fight, a few Endermen did like sneak up and I couldn't really see them, and I was like going, yeah, what's attacking me? Which I probably would have been able to see if I had a 16 by 9 monitor and a bit more like field of view. But yeah, it was surprisingly playable. I wasn't really sure what to expect when going into this little experiment, and yeah, I could actually totally play Minecraft like this, and I actually had quite a bit of fun doing this. It ended up being a lot more fun than I thought it would be. Especially the Ender Dragon fight. It's one of the more unique Minecraft experiences I've had in a while. And the irony is that the Monochrome monitor, the lower end monitor, compared to the 1702, actually performed quite a bit better when hooked up to a modern computer. Minecraft on the color monitor from 1984 was borderline unplayable, whereas it was actually pretty playable on the 12-inch monochrome monitor, which is pretty cool. So, do I recommend buying a 1980s monitor to play Minecraft? Sorta. It was actually, again, as I said, pretty fun and unique experience. Especially with the monochrome monitor, it really just sort of suits Minecraft in a way I can't totally describe. And I almost want to keep this upstairs on my modern computer just to play Minecraft on it from time to time, but I don't know if I'll do that. But anyway, back to me from yesterday. Oh yeah, I just did it. I just killed the Ender Dragon using a monochrome monitor in the 1980s. Head in and get those credits. So yeah, that was kind of ridiculous and fun and pointless, but I just love doing fun, pointless, goofy things like this. And this was just a lot of fun. It worked out better than I thought it would. Anyway, if you like watching people mess around with ridiculously obsolete computer hardware, then maybe consider checking out some of my other videos. You can even consider subscribing. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, so I would really appreciate it. So anyway, as usual, thank you very much for watching and have a great day. And before I go, I just want to end this video off by showing you some still images that'll really give you an idea of what Minecraft on a monochrome CRT is like.